woke up at 7 a.m.
I woke up at 5:30.
Bro.
Alright, we are live. Hello and welcome all who are not yet here. First match of today, or the second one, I think it's the second one actually. Elle versus Eva, so Yukixo versus Eva, I'll be calling him Yukixo.
This will be... Isn't this the D-ranker versus outranker match?
It's D-ranker versus tourney band match.
Yeah.
Up-ranker becomes tourney band.
Yeah, so true.
Unfortunately, Dever managed not to only get a tournament ban for 1 year, but also a permanent ban not long after that. But did eventually decide to rank up after that, and is now at rank 550, I believe. Was always when he played tournaments actively, a super consistent player. Went into maps, SS them. Yukixo is doing this right now. Of course, Deva has not played tournaments in a while, so it's gonna be interesting to see how much he has improved. I think on paper, Deva might even have an advantage, along with the old stats, just on how consistent it was. But I've seen Yukixo do some insane things in tournaments before. I've played against him. I've seen maps, but it didn't matter because he FC'd them as well with 99.6%. So super scary player to play against. Actually, looking at the old stats, Yukixo might just be a little bit ahead, but it really doesn't say much. You're playing against someone who's ranked 550 now. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect.
Yukixo also comes from a massive 5WC performance, where we saw him performing on pretty much even harder maps than the SR of this pool. So you can't really expect anything of this player. I can just say it will be really close.
Yes, absolutely. Yukixo and Dever, I think both of them are perfectly capable of playing this pool, of seeing probably all maps on this pool, I would say. Maybe some specific gimmicky maps, maybe not, but it's gonna be interesting to see how Yukixo will pick and ban versus Dever, because we haven't seen Dever in a while. I would expect Yukixo to ban something like the DT1, something on the high AR. Yukixo not the most consistent player on the 10.3. He is still very consistent nonetheless, but I think overall in all the skill sets, he might not want to play the high AR versus Deva. On the other side, there's also the reading, which I believe they're pretty even. I think Dever's still slightly favored in the reading itself. But in terms of high BPM, Yukixo is really good in high BPM, but Deva was already back then very good at high BPM, and now that he's used to playing these extremely high star rating maps, of course, once again mentioning rank 550 with DT, with speed, with tapping, just says a lot. So I think just from that alone, Yukixo might really just ban something like the DT1, maybe even DT2, maybe a Nomad 5. All of these maps are very possible.
Yeah, maybe even DT3. I was looking at the pool, and DT3 is also 10.3. So maybe that will be the scariest map for him, facing up against Dever.
DT3, of course, being an old map with DT, so it's a very, very fast 411 BPM old map. I don't really know how confident they are on this type of map.
Yeah, we will be seeing it shortly. It's definitely gonna be pretty. I just don't know what they will ban. It's like they're both good at pretty much everything.
Yes, I still think that it should be very clear for the Yukixo ban. For the Deva ban, I'm actually not sure myself. Maybe a hard work ban. Yukixo, incredible hard work player. Super duper consistent.
maybe HR2. He hasn't played in a long time. He doesn't feel as
also
confident on HR2.
Also something to mention that Yukixo hasn't logged in 4 days. We don't know if he's played offline or not, or if he has even practiced pool. There is a good chance he has not, and I think especially in terms of reading maps, No Mod 6, Hidden 2, Dever might be able to abuse him there then.
I mean, we've seen miracles, and definitely Yukixo is one of them. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I believe.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see old massive D ranker playing against a rather newer generation massive D ranker. And we're gonna start with Faithless as a warm up. What a banger!
Yeah, such a good map.
I love this map. I love all map sets of this song.
Yeah, it's so good. Rather more of a gimmicky type map, or at least in most of its map
Perfect
sets.
stack to reading. It's always perfect stack reading.
Because this one is AR 8.5, which can throw off a bit. It's still a very hard map set normally on the gimmicky part.
I think both players should not have any problems playing this map. This is the AR 8.5 version, as I said. AR 8.5, usually not that hard. Never mind. So it was just a filler. We're gonna play Godish. And the 8-star version, that's pretty messed up. I've seen Maxday play that.
Well, we're going to see how players perform on 8-star pool.
On 8-star, gimmick, slider, weird slider aim tech. With very weird sliders. Circly sliders that change speed. Mid slider. Accelerating, decelerating sliders.
We're getting right into it too. Never now with a first break.
Like this shows a different map set than the one I remember. And Deborah almost got soul slidered here.
Like, yeah. Well, they're still pretty comfortable on the map.
It's just the intro. It's certainly not looking like it's you see the beginning of their funny sliders.
Dever with a second break.
Messed up real quick.
I mean, as long as Yuki holds, well, he doesn't anymore. He's got like 40k advantage right now, so he's pretty comfortable right now.
A nice chase though. Dever, you're breaking, very unlucky. Dever has had a little bit worse of a start, and we see that a little bit in the accuracy as well. But both players just looking very confident on this map. It's really about the jump scares on this map, really.
Yeah, you could say it's a practice map too, based on those sliders.
Really a slow slider practice map.
Yeah, and right now Yukixo has the combo advantage as well as the act. They're really close on the act though.
That can change really any moment. One too early burst, maybe a slider too late, and the act will immediately go towards Deva.
Yep. Oh, Yuki breaks, and there it has all the combo now.
By the way, is the map just without hit zones? Look at this slider.
No, there also breaks there. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have hit sounds. That's true. Endeavor has a lot of combo now. Maybe he can get it back. Oh, it's going pretty slowly his way. Wait, he's getting it.
Yeah, in the last second going on to Deva's side. Also with the accuracy.
Yep. Just... Wow, he comboed one of the hard parts, so GG for him. Never also with the A rank on this map. That's actually pretty messed up.
One miss. That's only one miss, only sliders.
Yep. I mean, on those type of maps, you normally want to hit the slider early, just sacrificing the ag for the combo. Because you just hit like a tad tiny bit late and you just combo break. We're going to see a rather techy map for a second warm-up now. This one map is on Dever's side. Calling out the internet too from the Philippines. Okay.
Damn, that's toxic. You know what's funny? Since Never is tourney banned anyways, he can just do whatever he wants. It does not matter. He can be the most toxic person on the planet, and they can't do anything about it.
They just don't care, seemingly. They can go pretty much.
What can they do?
As long as it's not like chat bannable, he can go with whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Let's see the second warm-up. This is also Dever's warm-up pick.
You really can hear the circle attack and the sliders in the type of map, so I think it's gonna be some kind of combo.
Okay, both players hitting the Ki for now. Dever holding such a good ag though.
Yeah.
Some of the first break.
And this is what I said about the scaling. It's Dever is just gonna have a way higher ceiling. But I think the pool is at the difficulty that both people can still manage, so the scaling won't matter as much.
Yeah, this is 7.5 stars without adding the tech difficulty.
Yes, so this obviously is not gonna be in a pool.
Yeah. So the finger control on this is pretty brutal with the snap spacing you have. The map just seems to only get more brutal.
Hitting
by the
all
guy.
of it. Never mind.
Dever just whip us.
The finger control and the aim control you need on this map. So yeah, I think Hard Rock 2 might actually be a very valuable ban here for Yuki. So I don't think Dever is gonna ban something like the Hard Rock 2. Just looking at this performance, like the ult is on spot for Dever.
Yeah, doing pretty good now. Managing to have an 11% ag advantage too over Yukixo. He just keeps hitting those.
Nice, it's pretty crazy stuff here. Yukixo just not being able to hold with this speed of the aim, just not being able to keep up. I saw him lagging behind quite a bit here at some of these ult patterns.
He's slightly behind, just he's just wiggling through the patterns. Oh, we still managed to see 92.5% ag from Dever's side, which is pretty crazy.
Almost like he's good at the game. Crazy.
Okay, now we'll see the roles and what they actually decide to pick and ban. Well, Yuki won't won't be alive for much time.
That's pretty sad role. That's
I don't know which one is.
That's pretty late. It's a late bloomer. A late bloomer.
Yeah.
But it says the age he marries his soulmate, so you could like marry somebody else earlier and like just divorce at 69.
Marry someone to get the money to marry your soulmate.
Today I learned Yukixo is 15 years old.
What? No, I think Dever is.
Nah, Dever's older.
Well, if he's getting married at 69, and there's 54 years left. Or maybe just trolling in chat.
Oh wait, yeah, you are right. My brain is stupid. I have the stupid.
So each player has 2 bans.
Yes, it's so each player bans once, then 4 maps are being played, and then the players are banning once again.
Oh, I see. That's it. That's an interesting format, more like the Romai format, but with more picks before the second ban wave.
There are sometimes tournaments popping up that have this ban winner.
Yeah, I do really like it.
Tournaments do this as well. I think which one was it? UK? No, I don't think it was UK. It was some really big tournament that had that similarly like that.
Yeah, this is pretty much like simulating you have a protect kind of, because you can just abuse the first ban of your opponent and take that on your first pick. Like similar skill sets, and just have it like it's a protect.
That'll be interesting to see what Yukixo is gonna ban. I think if Yukixo has not played in 4 days, maybe just ban a really heavy mechanics map, because you might not be warmed up enough.
Yeah, probably.
Still think it's gonna be 10.3 AR ban. We'll see. Could be
Yeah, I
a
just go
DT2
for
or no mod 5 as
DT3.
well. How well Dever plays the DT1s, I would just go for the DT2 then. If it's like FCable for you, Dever is certainly gonna see that map. I see no world where Dever has like struggles on a DT1. Dever bans the hard rock too.
Yep,
So
he
does
is
go
a
for a hard
Riptide.
rock ban versus Yukixu.
Yukixo, one of the more scarier players on the HR, I think, in this tournament. So it's totally justified.
Yes, extremely well performances on hard rock maps overall every tournament really. You never want to play against him in hard rocks. And we see the DT2 ban. So it does go for the tapping. Does make sense. I think DT1, DT2, no mod 5 are all very viable ban. I think no mod 5 is more cheesable than Ifuudoudou. Does make
that's
a
true.
lot more sense.
I've also played No Mod 5 in Tourney, and it's pretty cheesable. It also has a lot more aim than your average tapping map, so it makes sense.
Yes. No mod 5 of course has quite a lot of combo to gain at the beginning where it's not that hard, and then it really turns on and has some longer bursts non-stop pretty much. But we're gonna see the next pick, and it's going to be the number 5, so Dever knows his strengths. Dever wants to play the tapping, Dever wants to play the speed, and this is exactly what we're gonna get.
Yep, Dever just wants a mechanics check at this point. He knows he's a higher ranked player, since we have no real seeding here, and he's just going to pick based off that.
Yes, it's the big question is Yukixu able to confidently tap this map? It's 240 BPM. It's not that high, but it's certainly not low either. I've seen Yukixu play speed maps about 200, 220, 230. Half a star rating lower and FCing them with 99.6%, no problem. So it's really the big question on how confident he feels on that map, because I don't think he's gonna be out of this at all. But if it's true that he hasn't played in 4 days and he's not warmed up, then we have a problem.
Yep. Also, he has a pin, I believe, on his profile, FCing what was the map called? It was a 240 speed map, which is also like 7 point something. Everything will freeze. Yeah, he has everything will freeze 99 point something FC. So he's definitely capable of doing it.
The 7-star one?
Yeah, the 7 point something. I can look it up.
It's the loft version. Okay, everything will freeze 2. Okay, that's a mess up on its 8-star one. Yeah, it's quite telling, and but we see already a bit of an accuracy drop here from Yukixu right at the beginning. Doesn't say much yet. Taps just too early, it seems like.
Yeah. You can see as he's playing. Yukixu kind of shaking in this beginning.
Yeah, I see both players are seeing this very much, but it's just important just to hold these accuracies here. Dever doing quite a better job here than Yukixu here at the beginning. Yukixu tapping, as I said previously, just too early at times. Maybe need a little bit of offset. Oh no! Starts tapping the first note too early, misses on it, and note locks. And that's
Dever
already a
loss.
massive loss. Looking really bad. Like, we see Yukixu being able to play this, being able to tap this map, no problem. But the accuracy is just not holding up good.
Yeah, you can see he's probably gripping his pen pretty tight because he's shaking all over. But Dever seems really chill. 99 act now again. Just doubling his score already. We're half map in.
Yeah, Endeavor really has to break soon, and Yukixo has to hold quite the combo, especially with his accuracy, to be able to bring that back. It's not lost yet, of course. I've seen crazier stuff happen, but very harsh gonna be on Yukixo to be able to take this back. Endeavor breaks, and now Yukixo has the chance. If Yukixo keeps holding, recovers a little bit of accuracy, certainly gonna be possible, but no, breaks immediately after.
He could have had it
midstream, just miss-aiming, just falling off the burst, it seems like. It really wasn't a problem with the tapping, but just with the aim. Maybe concentrated too much on the tapping and just started shaking off the stream.
Oh, Yukixo really fumbled this one, but it's still Dever's pick, so Yukixo should be fine.
And yeah, Dever taking here the point of 98%. Versus Yukixo's 92%, and that's already quite telling, but even with the combos, Dever certainly has had the advantage here. Not as much as one might have expected. I think Yukixo could have definitely taken this away from Dever. 500k on this map is very cheesable. But Dever, for this one, certainly shows the right map.
Yeah, he did a really good pick, and he's just kind of abusing his skill cap, just picking those more heavy mechanics maps. And now I'm curious to see what Yukixo wants to pick. Because if he's not like warmed up or feeling good mechanically, he might want to go for reading even.
I don't know, versus Dever reading is very dangerous. I mean, look, considering how much he shakes, maybe he wants to wait one map before he picks hard rock maps, but there's really not much choice he has. He has to kind of go for the aim. He kind of has to go, especially for the easier maps, I feel like, is gonna be an advantage for him. But reading and hidden is, I would go ahead and say Dever might even be better here, but he still goes for the number 6, so maybe.
He's not scared.
Wait, no, this is not good, because has he played the normal 6 before? Because if you have not practiced the normal 6, you're pretty screwed. This is not a map you can play easily with side reading.
Yeah,
the map is a combination of low BPM and fast sliders, which really can throw you off, and pretty damn horny song as well.
You can see the background already. We're not talking about that. Also, I just noticed Yukixo ranked up to 5k for the 5WC duration.
Yes.
That's
trying to
crazy.
get into a 4WC team.
You could just stayed 9.8k and got in. Let's see how this map goes. This is Yukixo's pick. AR82. Dever with an early miss, I think?
Oh no.
Oh, it was Bancho.
Dever has such... Look at Dever's aim. He's snapping it. He knows what he's doing. He's snapping it perfectly. Look at Yukixo's aim. He's wiggling it, he's flowing it to some degree, and he's struggling here with the accuracy, and this is exactly what I said with the practice on this map. It's just so challenging, and Dever has certainly played this map before.
He's still holding, and Dever already missed. So
with his accuracy,
let's see how much combo Yukixo is actually able to get. I've seen 80% of C's win.
Oh, and here we see Yukixo kind of falling apart on this pattern. Super challenging, never hits at all. 95% against 84%, and here accuracy is just everything. And if you side read this map, you're just gonna struggle so much. Like, look at this aim from Dever, it's so snappy.
He just keeps going on. He thinks it's a fucking jump map at this point.
And snappy aim on reading really shows the ability and the skill that the player has, and the practice, of course. And it's just not looking good for Yukixu here on his own pick.
Yep, he's still holding on to the combo, but it's a 7% ag difference already.
Yeah,
so really needs Dever to miss.
Yukixu seems to have disconnected. It's certainly Bancho. It's certainly Bancho.
Oh, okay, there he is. Or at least we hope so.
We had to do that catching up.
Yep. You come back to 115k score difference.
And they have seen the scores. Yukixu knows already, and that is why you don't want to pick a no 1-6 like this without having it like massively practice it. And Dever was always a very strong reading player on top of being an insanely consistent DT player, speed player, mechanics player. Dever could always play everything out really. But especially excelled at this type of DT and reading maps.
Yep, and now Dever will keep the combo as Yukixu just broke again. Let's see if Dever can double Yukixu's score. He hits the entire hard pattern into the outro of the map. It's actually crazy from Dever. Outstanding performance on this No Mod 6.
Yeah, and as you said, just barely, I think, doubling the score.
800 points away from doubling it. 96.4 ag. Just actually insane.
Yeah, super duper strong score here. Just not being able to get these massive combos here, but accuracy is just enough. And that just shows the preparation here.
Yeah, that's actually a huge advantage. And now Dever goes for the DT3 mechanics map. He showed off his
It's gonna
powers on
be
the warm-up already.
10.3, 411 BPM, aim control alt.
There we have
That'll
it.
be fun to watch.
What the fire truck is Yukixu totally not expecting the pick whatsoever, it seems.
Well, certainly not expecting that map because it seems like he doesn't know the pool.
The question is, has Yukixu seen the map pool? I'm starting to get concerned.
Surely he has it open on a second tab. But I think this is as far as it goes. Because if he had known the way like No Mod 6 is, he would have never picked it.
Yukixu is going side read to everything. Let's see if he at least can get a point off somewhere.
And yeah.
Yeah, 20% active, although it's the beginning.
Just the beginning,
But Dever really
clearly
comfortable on this.
struggling. Yeah, Yukixu just struggling on this AR. And while Yukixu is just an incredible player, I've seen him struggle more on maps like this on the 10.3, and consistency just not as good as he is on other maps, and misses now eventually. Dever still is S-ing.
He totally doesn't care.
This is what I say, it's 200 BPM ult.
He dropped the SS though, 98.9 ag now for him, but it's pretty much already done. Dever about to triple Yukixu's score.
And it's still growing, triple might not be the end here.
Oh my god,
Looking at
Yukixu
the way... Huh?
The wiggle he did, he just over-aimed the slider and just went right back into it, hitting the aim control pattern.
Oh,
No, Dever!
missed now. No, he missed already before that, but
That move was pretty questionable. But he has the advantage to be able to do that type of stuff.
Yeah, there is no way he's gonna lose this map. I think he knows that. They've seen the scores, they've seen the combos, and yeah, Dever's certainly gonna be able to easily take this point.
620k already. It's actually a crazy score from Dever. I don't know if we'll see a higher score in this round on this DT3. It's actually, well, just calling out for the future rivals that will play against Dever. Don't pick DT3.
Yeah, just try to stay away from the 10.3 maps against Dever. I don't think you're gonna have a good time on this.
Yukixo wants to flip it.
No one pick, so we are going for the aim. It's to be expected. He doesn't feel very confident on the hard work right now. He's been shaking a bit, so it's understandable. Just gonna go for this non-stop aim, but Dever was also pretty good in aim, like really good in aim.
Yeah, we can pretty easily see a double FC on this. So I think both players will try and have as much of an ag as possible, knowing that the other player can easily FC the map.
I just saw Dever's top play. That's so fucked. He's got Megalomania, almost 900 PP.
That's crazy. Both have a pretty good beginning. Now Yukixo with the ag advantage.
Yeah, this map certainly screams Yukixo. It's pure consistency, and this is what he excels in. He enjoys playing this so much, and the accuracies always pretty much look like this on this map. It's really the question, is he gonna be able to hold longer than Dever?
We'll see it soon. We're getting into the first PI of the map.
Players hitting this really challenging pattern here. Bit of an awkward aim part as well.
Yeah, both hitting the build up and the KI now, and Yukixo still having a good
shaking.
Yeah. Wait, actually,
a good
Dever
shake.
got the point advantage. You're both on the same ag, like 0.01 ag advantage for Dever now. You're just 100 away.
Yeah, the scores are so close.
Oh,
But Yukixo here,
over-aiming
misaiming. Yeah, just very slightly. That was probably just 1 pixel. But the shake on from his side, it might have just been the shake, honestly.
Yeah. Now we have Dever
Filipino
on the
internet.
advantage. Oh, there we go, we're back. Dever also broke, never mind you. But he still holds on a pretty good act compared to Yukixo.
Yes. So Yukixo has a bit of the combo advantage now, so he can really build on that. And let's see how this one will go.
There's still...
Nothing lost yet. Dever has gotten, as you said, a
Dever
bit of an
breaks
score
again.
advantage, but broke once again. Not the world lost. He can still hope for Yukixo to break, but Yukixo
again?
does not. Yet Dever drops the accuracy with all these misses, and now the score is almost that even again.
Watch out on Yukixo, 8k difference. Still holding his S rank. This might be the first point in the match for Yukixo, allowing him for at least staying one more map.
Yeah, and now it's 20,000 on his side, and it's growing and growing. Now he has the chance to capitalize on this.
He hits the square pattern too.
The 40,000 score difference, it's unlikely for him to lose this point at this time. He wouldn't need to miss a complete burst here to give Dever even the slightest chance, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And Yukixu being able to take the first point, never mind breaks, but Dever immediately trades after and that fixates it. Yeah. Yukixu winning the first point, not getting sweeps.
Yukixu saving the sweep against Dever. This no mode 1 where he excels at so good. We've seen him play no mode 1 and 5WC also a lot of times, being that FC savior for his team. And he doesn't disappoint. 99.2.
Yukixu really just showing off his strengths, the consistency that is the strongest point from him, and I feel like anything aim, anything consistent he wants to go for. Getting a little bit terrorized by my cat right now.
So he's dropped a 420 PP play, which is not too high, but still, it's in a tournament.
420, nice meme.
Yeah. So just showing off his consistency.
We have already seen an FC, by the way, on the normal one. Della is seeing it in match. You kicks on the DT1.
Oh no, never mind. He banned.
Okay, he banned it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. This would be the expected ban, of course, as well. Like Yukixu does not want to play DT1 against Dever.
Yeah, Dever doesn't want to play HR1 either way against Yukixu.
He doesn't want to play HR either way against Yukixu, and I think if Yukixu is smart, you might want actually to pick the hard rock tree.
Maybe if I was Dever, I would be looking to hidden 2 probably.
Yeah, Dever can go for anything. He could even go for a normal 2. Normal 2 would be a bit of a coin flip, but goes for the hidden 3. Hidden 3, very smart pick, just alone from the skill cap. Dever has a higher skill cap than Yukixu, and I would go ahead and say that the hidden 3 might just be the hardest map in the pool. And from that alone, he's already in a good spot. Extremely hard map. It's a doubles. I'm not sure if you have seen a map previously.
No, I haven't.
But
actually.
it's doubles, but they are spaced.
Oh, okay. You basically just got to snap everywhere.
Yes.
Yukixu disappearing for a slight bit. Instead, be right back. Probably just practicing the first part of the map with his timer.
Possibly.
This just raises my concern on has Yukixu actually seen the map pool.
That's a good question. Next question.
Yeah. It's more normal to see those players do this kind of stuff on team tournaments where one person just stays in the lobby and the team goes to practice the map, but doing this in a 1v1 is more of a, well, I've not seen the map. We're going to get right into it. If Dever picks, he just is one pick away, probably, if Yukixu mispicks to win the match. But nothing's assured.
Yes, and you'll immediately just see what kind of map this is. So this snappy aim can be super duper fun to play. It's so hard to hit these combos though. So easy to break, and it's gonna be a lot on the accuracy as well. And Dever is certainly starting out here good. Look at these patterns, so difficult, especially with the hidden Endeavor being the first person to break.
Yeah,
Yukixo
Yukixo's still holding
up
on.
a little bit stronger, but the accuracy is still higher on the Endeavor side, so that's helping him quite a lot, especially with now Yukixo breaking, Endeavor being at the combo advantage, getting the score advantage as well with Yukixo dropping here. Quite a few misses and the accuracy.
And Yukixo again with the combo. Endeavor is clearly more comfortable on the map, but dropping a lot more misses than Yukixo is.
Yukixo has missed a lot more than Endeavor.
Oh no,
the slow slider!
Yukixo's combo. Now Endeavor with all the advantage in the world.
Once again, so challenging. These linear patterns are so damning hard, and both players just going through. Yukixo being the next person to fall falls once again. Endeavor also trades it back, but it is, as I previously mentioned, the accuracy is just like holding up stronger. Also better combos, it seems like, overall for Endeavor. Both players now breaking. Very slight combo advantage for Yukixo, but it's just not enough. He has to hold up for longer.
It's already 61k points in favor for Endeavor now. But they're still both holding on to combo, so any break can pretty much decide the match at this rate.
Yes, I think any break here right now could decide it, and if no one breaks it, it also decides it, certainly for Endeavor. If Endeavor does not break very soon, it's gonna be certainly his point, and it's Yukixo that falls next. Endeavor falls immediately after at this super difficult part. But yeah, damage already done. Endeavor gonna be taking the next point on his own pick.
What are those
this part is
square
impossible.
extremes? Endeavor just takes the top on this one again. Pretty sad to see Yukixo miss on that one slow slider.
Yeah, don't mess with Endeavor. Yukixo even had a higher combo in this map.
I think Yukixo is actually side reading. Bruce is reacting to the map.
Oh, he certainly
after
is
it's getting
side
played.
reading.
Whoa, we probably expect a HR3 pick now for Yukixo. This could also be his last pick, depending on how everything goes.
Yeah, and it most likely is. So considering how well Endeavor is playing, Yukixo kind of has to go for an hour. Never mind, goes for the
Oh,
hidden
he
one.
just hit an aim.
So wants to keep going with the aim. Has one map already on the aim, so it does make sense.
Yep, we're not going to talk about the name of the map. So impressed that Yukixo hasn't picked into the HR pool at all.
I don't know, I want to get tied down gently.
This is a pretty long map for what I see. 1500 combo, even more combo than the normal one. Well, both players getting ready for this hidden one. And we're going to see if Yuki is as consistent as on the normal one.
Yeah, big question mark here. How this one is gonna go. Certainly not an ordinary aim map. Super difficult jumps here. The slider is also super challenging.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty awkward.
First person to fall is gonna be Endeavor.
Yeah, Yuki holding on to his SS on his beginning.
And this is the first
Still
time that
giving him-
Hyousou has such a strong play here right at the beginning of the map. It was always Dever pretty much leading into these maps,
Yeah,
and
they're
now
hard.
it's Hyousou really just showing his strength here.
So the ag advantage will take him really far. Let's see until where he can combo. He's gaining advantage by the second now.
It's Dever recovering though, never mind, does break once
He
again.
breaks.
Yukixo with
Yukixo
99.0%, never mind, drops 1% accuracy, but it's fine as long as he keeps on the combo and building up 50,000 score advantage on this type of map, 1/4 map in already. He has now a massive chance to build on that.
Yeah, 500 combo getting onto the bridge of the song, which is so hard, don't mind me, but it's actually crazy what performance we're seeing from Yukixo on this hidden one.
Yeah, super impressive. Does break eventually.
Oh, he breaks now.
Now Dever sees the scores, Dever sees the combo, Dever knows he has a chance now, but the pressure that is building up from this as well. He knows the moment he misses, he's most likely lost this map.
Yeah, it's 80k or 70k of a difference now for
On the
Yukixo.
50s.
Dever is still building combo though. It's half the map left still for Dever.
Dever dropped
His
some
combo just
50s here on
keeps
one of these
raising.
streams. Feeling very confident. Yukixo now building up the combo again.
Yeah, but the score lead is down to 50k already, and Dever just keeps comboing.
And such a difficult part, and Dever hits it all perfectly, no problem. And now down to 30,000, it's so close. Yukixo still building up a combo as well. If Dever misses any point, Yukixo will immediately gain the score on his side. But Yukixo is the front to fall, and
Yukixo on
Dever
the
now
mid.
has a chance to take the score away. And it's on the side of Dever. If Dever keeps holding a little bit longer, Yukixo breaks once again. It might just be Dever's.
Yeah, Dever takes it back with style. He's the first one to break, but he manages to combo almost the entire map after. Going to reach about the 1,000 combo now too. Just keeps hitting those patterns which are absurdly spaced and awkward to aim.
Yeah, and despite this weaker start, recovering on the accuracy, is now ahead on accuracy, eventually breaks, eventually falls, but damage already done. 600,000!
150k difference. 600k on this hidden one is actually crazy. What is Dever doing now? Dever might want to reach out to Ohsera support to get him un-tourney banned.
Check him PC.
PC check, run a PC check.
They're really showing his power here. It's such a shame that things happened. But maybe one day we'll see him
Yeah.
back on action.
And Dever now holding the match point. And maybe he wants to go for the Noma 2 tapping or the hidden 2. I think those would be the
I think
most
Noma 2
He goes
is
for
possible,
Noma 4.
but unlikely. Yeah, Noma 2, both players can easily play Noma 2. Noma 2 would be complete coin flip. And Dever does not have it necessary. Dever can just go for the harder maps.
Yeah, although Noma 2 is also 4.4 CS. But I don't think Dever knows Yukixo is pretty shaky today. Let's see how this tech map goes. AR 9.7, which will not be too dense. So, pretty readable for the tech part.
And we'll see how this one will go.
Okay, now. Okay, Dever. Both is getting ready to start the map while Dever released some concerning words.
Well, Dever being Dever, I guess.
Let's see if Dever converts his match point. Putting out a good luck.
Yeah, this might just be the final map. It is Dever's pick 5-1. Hyousou has to put on a god performance here, and it's looking good here at the beginning, but it's all about holding out longer. This map is so difficult, and difficult is always good for Dever, so it's gonna be so exciting to see. Is Hyousou gonna be able to hold out, to be able to bring this match maybe back? You know, it's never out of the question, but has some really hard work in front of him, and first step is gonna be winning this match, this map. And that's not a good start.
Oh, he already broke, and now Dever looking pretty comfortable on the 96.5 AC. Also hitting almost every slider end for what I've seen for now. Well, Yukixo is more cheesing them.
Yeah, super fast slider, super hard to hit them and keeping control of your own aim, and Yukixo just keeps breaking Dever with the 600 combo. Is there even a chance for Yukixo to bring it back? Dever would have to fall apart now. Dever does break now eventually, but Yukixo, only less than half of the map left, would need to put on a complete god performance. Is he gonna be able to do this, or is Dever gonna be able to take the win for this match?
Both already know.
Both players are riding GG.
Yeah. Yuki will try to bring this back, although it's pretty impossible for Yukixo unless Dever decides to like chain miss 2 times what's left in the map.
Yeah, I think there is just not enough time. This map is just so difficult, and Yukixo does not have the accuracy to really build up the score here. Even if Dever just breaks here, it does not matter if it seems like both of them hitting that cross-screen burst. But now with both of them missing, it's gonna be guaranteed. Dever is gonna be taking this point and the match. GG to both of these players. Yukixo trying his best here to take as many points as possible, but unfortunately just not playing for the past few days, and that really shows in the maps and how he's gonna be playing and how he's played this map.
Yeah, Dever dropping almost 500k on this No Mod 4. Which is probably on the high end of the scores we're seeing in this round. And bringing the match home, 6-1 for Dever. Just passing round of 16
quite the
like
statement.
nothing.
And yeah, that was the match. Dever versus Yukixo, old legend versus new legend. Fortunately, Yukixo was not able to beat Dever here, but we'll see Yukixo still in another round in the loser bracket, maybe stronger in the next week on outer pool. So that's gonna be super duper exciting. Yeah, I'm Foreign, and I've been commentating with you, Fira. Thank you so much for commentating here with us.
Yeah, all good. And also, thank you for all the viewers that came here to see this incredible match.
Yeah, this is certainly not a match you usually would see. These are like matches you would see like in grand finals or 5-digit tournaments or something like that, but back when they were still like the massive D rankers. But yeah, times are changing, and it's super exciting to see all these legendary players playing in this tournament against each other and showing who's boss.
Yeah, it's certainly true, and it would just get better with the rounds. This is just round of 16. I'm pretty excited to see finals or even grand finals matchups. But yeah, I think there's not much more to talk about, and we have another match in 1 hour.
so much for coming. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Have a good one. Nice seeing you guys.